On August 21st, 1911, inside the Louvre Museum in Paris, one of the world's greatest works of art quietly disappeared. The painting was Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. At first, no alarm was raised because museum staff assumed it had been removed for photography or conservation. By the time the mistake was discovered, the painting was gone. The thief was Vincenzo Peruggia, an Italian former Louvre employee who had previously worked on the museum's protective display cases. He removed the painting from the wall and left the building without attracting immediate attention. For more than 2 years, the Mona Lisa remained hidden. Then, in December 1913, Peruggia contacted an art dealer in Florence, hoping to return or sell the painting in Italy. The dealer alerted the authorities and the painting was recovered. Peruggia claimed he believed the artwork belonged in Italy. What is certain is that the theft transformed the Mona Lisa from a celebrated masterpiece into the most famous painting in the world.
Everything you just watched started as a set of still images. I did not build every paper layer in After Effects, and I did not animate the scenes by hand. I used one master prompt in ChatGPT for the story and image prompts, Google Flow for the stills and motion, a voice tool for the narration, and CapCut for the final edit. People often call this Vox-Style animation. In this video, I will call it an editorial paper-collage documentary. The workflow is much simpler than it looks. There are only 4 steps: create the story, generate the still images, animate those images, and edit them under the voiceover. I am going to show the complete process with a 1-minute example, including what I copy, where I paste it, and what I download. You do not need to write dozens of prompts yourself. The master prompt handles most of that work for us. For the tools, I am using ChatGPT, Google Flow, 11 Labs, and CapCut. Tool access, model names, and free credits can change between accounts and regions, so check what appears in your own dashboard before starting a large batch. Let's get into it. First, create a folder for the video. Mine is called Mona Lisa Documentary. Inside it, create only 4 folders. The first is Prompt and Script. This is where we will save the master prompt document, the narration, and the TXT file containing all our image prompts. The second is Images. Every still image and the final thumbnail will go here. The third is Videos. This is where we will download the animated clips. The fourth is Audio. This will hold the voiceover and any background music. That is the entire setup. The final exported video can sit in the main project folder. I also number the images and videos with 3 digits. You do not need to create these files now. Just remember that the first image will later be called 001, the second 002, and the third 003. Keeping the same number when an image becomes a video is what makes the final edit easy. Now open the master prompt document linked below and save a copy inside the prompt and script folder. You will see 3 clearly labeled sections. The first is the ChatGPT master prompt. The second is the Google Flow batch image instruction. The third is the universal 6-second animation prompt. For now, copy only the complete block under ChatGPT master prompt, from start master prompt to end master prompt. Paste that block into a fresh ChatGPT conversation and press send. Keep the prompt pack document open because we will return to its other 2 sections later, but there is nothing else to upload at this stage. From here, ChatGPT guides the process 1 question at a time. It begins by asking which type of documentary I want to create. The choices include crime, history, money and power, mysteries, technology, survival, sport, or a custom niche. I am choosing history and art crime. ChatGPT now gives me 10 ideas. Each one includes a title, a 1-sentence summary, and 5 possible visual ingredients. For this demonstration, I am choosing the Mona Lisa theft. ChatGPT now asks how long the video should be. I can choose 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or enter a custom length. For this demonstration, I am choosing 1 minute. That keeps the number of images manageable while still showing the entire process. After I send the duration, ChatGPT verifies the central event with at least 3 credible sources. If the story cannot meet that requirement, it displays source check failed and returns to the idea list instead of writing an unsupported script. If the source check passes, the response contains a short fact check with the main dates, names, and direct source links, followed by the complete narration at approximately 150 spoken words per minute. I open one of those links briefly, so the sources behind the story are visible. If I want to change the narration's tone or pacing, I can request that in the same chat. Before approving it, I copy the final narration into a document and save it inside the prompt and script folder. Then I reply, approve. ChatGPT locks that version and moves directly to the visual stage. After I reply, approve, ChatGPT divides the narration into simple visual beats. Each beat covers one clear idea and usually lasts around 3 to 5 seconds. For a 1-minute video, this normally creates roughly 12 to 18 images, which is enough movement without turning the project into 50 separate scenes. ChatGPT shows a short beat list so I can understand the sequence. More importantly, it creates a downloadable TXT file containing one complete image prompt for every beat. Each blank line separated block in that file represents one finished scene. The first block creates image 001, the second creates image 002, and the order continues all the way to the final sentence. That is why we do not need to manually decide where each image belongs later. The visual style is already built into the master prompt. Every scene uses tactile aged paper, black and white halftone photographs, rough cut edges, tape, stamps, map fragments, restrained red accents, and soft shadows between the layers. Each prompt also limits the scene to one main subject and a few supporting elements, so the frames stay clean rather than becoming crowded scrapbooks. I do not need to copy the prompts one by one. I download the TXT file and save it inside the prompt and script folder next to the narration. If ChatGPT cannot create a downloadable file in your interface, it will place the prompts in one copy-ready text block instead. Save that block as a TXT file with one blank line between prompts. The result is the same. At this point, the story, narration, beat list, and image prompts are finished. We can move to the visual part. Launch Google Flow and start a blank project. Switch to image generation, choose a 16:9 aspect ratio, and request one output per prompt. Select the default Nano Banana image model shown in your account. I am choose Nano Banana 2. You can choose Nano Banana Pro if Nano Banana 2 isn't available for you, but the 16:9 ratio and one output setting stay the same. Now turn on agent mode and open agent instructions. Return to the master prompt document. This time, copy the second labeled block, Google Flow, batch image instruction. That small instruction tells Flow to treat every blank line separated prompt as a different image, generate the scenes individually in the correct order, keep them at 16:9, and stop when the still images are complete. This prevents the agent from combining several scenes into one grid or beginning animation too early. Now paste the prompts from the TXT file into the main Flow prompt box, or upload the file if that option appears in your interface. Then click Send. Flow reads the prompts and begins generating the stills in order. I can leave it running rather than submitting every scene manually. The exact batch interface may look slightly different between accounts, but the instruction remains the same. One prompt block becomes one separate image. Before clicking away, check that Flow has detected the same number of prompt blocks as the beat count ChatGPT showed us. Once the batch is complete, give the images one quick pass. Look for obvious problems: a completely different visual style, unreadable labels, a wrong date, a badly changed recurring person, or several scenes accidentally merged together. If one image is wrong, regenerate only that scene with a clearer instruction. There is no reason to restart the entire batch. For generated writing, I keep labels short. Dates and 1 or 2 word locations usually work better than full newspaper headlines. If a longer headline comes out garbled, I can leave that paper blank and add the verified text later in CapCut. Download the approved images into the images folder. Name them in their story order: 001, 002, 003, and so on. The numbering makes the editing stage almost automatic. Next, turn off agent mode, select image 001, and choose Animate. If your version opens the frame's controls, the still should appear as the start frame. Keep the aspect ratio at 16:9 and choose one output. For the video model, choose Gemini Omni Flash and set the length to 6 seconds. If that model is unavailable in your account, use any other image to video model. Return to the master prompt document and copy the third block, Universal 6-second animation prompt. The uploaded still is already the first frame, so the prompt keeps the composition intact and adds restrained physical movement. Paper pieces settle slightly into alignment, tape presses down, a stamp taps the page, pins click into place, and an existing thread or root line can tighten without changing the design. By the end, the frame returns to the exact original composition. Generate only the first image as a test. When it finishes, check 3 things. The camera does not zoom, the text does not change, and the final frame still matches the original image. If those 3 things look good, use the same prompt for the remaining images. The movement will vary with the elements already present in each still. A photograph may shift slightly beneath its tape, a stamp may tap the page, or an existing root line may tighten. The still image controls the composition while the prompt controls the physical behavior. Download each accepted clip into the videos folder and keep the same numbers as the still images. Image 001 becomes video 001. Image 002 becomes video 002. 6 seconds is simply the generated clip length. It does not mean every clip must remain 6 seconds in the final edit. Our narration beats are shorter, so we will trim or speed up the clips inside CapCut. Now copy the approved narration from the prompt and script folder. You can record it with your own voice, use the text-to-speech tool inside your editor, or use 11 Labs. I am using 11 Labs for this demonstration. Choose a calm documentary voice, paste the narration, and generate a short test of the opening. If it sounds too dramatic, remove exaggerated punctuation or performance tags. If it sounds clear and natural, generate the full narration. Listen to the name Vincenzo Perugia and any place names before downloading. If a pronunciation is wrong, correct that word and regenerate. Keep the same voice settings for the full narration so the delivery stays consistent. Download the final voiceover into the audio folder. If you are using background music, place the music file in the same folder. Start a blank project in CapCut. Import the numbered clips from the videos folder and the narration and music from the audio folder. Place the voiceover on the timeline first. This becomes the guide for the entire edit. Play the narration once and place a marker at each sentence change if that helps you see the beats. This is optional, but it makes it obvious where one numbered clip should give way to the next. Now drag the video clips onto the timeline in numerical order, because the images, prompts, and clips all followed the same beat order. Video 001 belongs first, video 002 belongs second, and so on. There is no guessing. The combined clips will be longer than the narration, because every source clip is 6 seconds. Do not worry. Select the first clip and trim or speed it up until its main paper movement matches the words being spoken. For example, if the narration says August 21st, 1911, time the date stamp to land, as the narrator says 1911. If the sentence ends with the painting has disappeared, let the empty frame hold for a moment before cutting away. Repeat this for the remaining clips. Most will use only a few seconds of the generated animation. Some may run around 2 times faster, while an important reveal can stay longer. You do not need perfect mathematical timing. Watch the sentence, move the end of the clip until the change feels natural, and continue. If one animation begins too slowly, use the speed control, or begin the clip a little later. The goal is simply for the visual idea to appear while that idea is being narrated. Use simple cuts between scenes. The paper layers are already moving, so the video does not need flashy transitions, constant zooms, or extra camera effects. Now add the background music beneath the narration. Use music you have the rights to use. Lower it until every word is easy to hear, and trim it to the full length of the video. You can add a few paper sounds, such as a stamp, tape press, or page slide, but keep them subtle and use them only where they help. I also avoid adding large captions over every sentence, because these frames already contain dates, labels, maps, and headlines. A clean subtitle track can provide accessibility without crowding the design. Watch the edit once from beginning to end. Check that the narration is clear, the clips appear in the right order, and no blank frame is left between them. Then watch the first 30 seconds one more time. That opening contains the title, promise, the date, the disappearance, and the first visual payoff. If the beginning feels slow, shorten the pauses, and the early clip holds before changing the entire video. That is the complete edit. Export the finished video into the main Mona Lisa documentary folder. For the thumbnail, return to the ChatGPT conversation and type thumbnail. The master prompt generates 3 thumbnail prompts using the same paper collage world, but with a much simpler composition. 1 large subject, 1 red or mustard highlight, and no more than a few bold words. For this example, I would use the empty Mona Lisa frame, a red circle around the missing space, and the words stolen and 1911. Copy the strongest thumbnail prompt into Flow, generate the image at 16:9, and save it inside the images folder. Test the thumbnail at a small size. If you cannot understand the subject and the missing painting idea immediately, simplify it rather than adding more elements. And that is the full workflow. Paste 1 master prompt into ChatGPT. Choose a topic and duration. Download the image prompt file. Generate the stills in Flow. Test 1 universal animation prompt. Repeat it across the images. Create the voiceover, and place everything in order inside CapCut. The linked prompt pack includes the ChatGPT master prompt, the flow batch instruction, and the 6-second animation prompt used in this tutorial. Use the included paper style for your first test. Once the workflow feels familiar, customize it so your videos develop their own identity. If this tutorial saved you time, hit that subscribe button.